To you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Wednesday, April 17, 2019. We will bring this edition of the program come to you. My name is Musa S. Kamara.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Mornin Salone, the Executive Director for Center for Accountability and Rule of Law, Carl Ibrahim Tommy, don't call on governments for look inside the concern them where the All People's Congress, APC Party, and National Grand Coalition, NGC Party, get but the National Electoral Commission. Waiting do you go know inside the program? One 10-year-old girl Pikin don't tell Radio Democracy say one over 40-year-old man rape him inside one toilet at the Wallace Johnson Memorial Preparatory School now Wilberforce Village and threatened for kill him if he tell anybody. The chairman for the Premier League board, Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, go can give updates, but the first round of the Premier League will don't end and safe when the second round go begin. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk to Nollywood actor, director, producer, and filmmaker Zakoji waiting at the country now.
Well, this and plenty other story them day in the program for you, plus the lead campaigner for Sick Pikin Project, Ishmael Alfred Charles. Go talk about the Sick Pikin Marathon, where na for raise fund for Sick Pikin them, where they all over the country, and Wakabout day inside the program for you. Members say you they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by AfriCell. The program na Good Mornin Salone. You can be part of the program by the way you can send message to the number 0779819181, 07798191. Now the number for send you text message and be part of the program.
The first issue we look at inside the program this morning, now outside the Housemates Salone 2019 been begin February 14. Outside 20 people been qualified out of 40 where them be shortlist that same day. This show now for give opportunity to participants them for make them learn different things them but the society, business and plenty other one them. Well, the grand prize for this competition now been 100 million leones. April 14 this year now been the final day for the show. Osai Monica Yeni Galiwa where na the runner up been win 50 million leones and Kenchi Pama where na been the winner for the show win 100 million leones. This make Dr. Dramani Lako, we na the managing director for African Young Voices AYV Media Empire, we organized this show, being hand over the first man and the second man and prize them by check, we then be end the show. Well, for know how the show been sound like and all waiting happen as it done so now, Princess Pias been the part of the program where AYV be organized for hand over the check to the people and we been win and it gonna reports.
She was going to receive a check of 50 million euros, ladies and gentlemen. It's here and now. Presented to Monica Yeni. Catching Power is going to be presented with 2 checks, and if you sum them up, you get a total of 100 million euros. And we'll ask Anthony Jr. now.
That's not the two last standing couple them from the Housemates Salone 2019, Monica Yeni Galiwa and Kenchin Pama. Been they received a check from AYV and AfriCell. We make the housemates here. Been tell thank you as they say the couple na starts for them.
I'm so happy and so my fans are happy voting for me all the time, even because of this that I have this check. I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Dr. Duramani Lako, now the managing director for the African Young Voices AYV Media Empire, encourage the housemates them for continue for showcase their talent as way for empower them safe.
We started off with more than 1,000, you were reduced to 150, and you were reduced to 40, and you were reduced to 22, and you went into the house, and all of you guys succeeded. So that's the biggest thing that has happened to you. The most important thing is not about you staying in the house, it's about what is done after. So you guys have the biggest platform now that has been created. That is what we can do, and there are so many things that you can continue to appreciate yourself with. Now, with regards to the MOU, I think since the inception of AYV, the CEO used to tell everybody else, we create the platform. And once you have a big idea, If you come with that idea to KYV, we'll create that idea, we'll join you to expand on that idea, and we don't charge for it. All what you have to pay is the dexterity of your talent you have to deliver to us. And when you have that, then it's a go.
As they sabi them for the good work when they do na salon. The managing director for AfriCell, Shadi Jajawi, say AfriCell will continue for giving support to AYV for see say young people them life change.
From day one, we knew that this is where we start, but we never said where we're going to go or where we want to reach. We said that every day we will meet, we will check, we will see what's the feedback from the public on what we are doing. If we are getting it right, we stay the course. We have gotten it wrong, we change the course. Mics were imported, cameras were imported, decks were imported, everything was done to give us the best standard that we will. So you had faith and trust in these two institutions, AfriCell and AYV. You had trust in their credibility, you had trust that we will take care of you for the 60 days that went by. And for that, I really thank you, and it really warms my heart to know that you have that trust in us.
As all this they be, AYV Media Empire don't sign memorandum of understanding with Media Evangelical Drama Ministry Production from Nigeria. Forget a series of film episode where go they talk about issues around rape, justice, peace, unity and other one them with both Nigerian and Salone actor them like Zakoji, Emmanuel Ayologu and other one them. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piasse reports.
The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As we mentioned earlier, we get Ishmael Alfred Charles between at the studio. As Ishmael Alfred Charles na program manager Caritas Freetown, lead campaign and Sick Pikin project, where they come up with Sick Pikin Marathon. If Alfred Charles, good morning and welcome to Good Morning Salone.
Thank you very much and thank you for having me. Good morning.
Okay, you they come up with Sick Pikin Marathon. Waiting this debate.
Well, primarily the Sick Pikin Marathon, one of the many fundraising initiatives that we will put in place because we want to ensure say the Pikin that we sick as family don't know plenty Pikin and they will don't help the baby Mustafas, the baby Miriam, baby Mariama, Carlos and the likes. And primarily we want to do this Sick Pikin Marathon so that one, we use them as a platform outside we all they gather together, the one that we don't they donate, the one that we want for donate now, and also the one that we don't they help for campaign, and the Pikin they also we've been done sick and well, so that we all could come together, raise more awareness, get more people them on board, so that we go expand on the fundraising initiatives they do over the period.
Okay, before we come to the marathon proper, you talk about picking them we be done the raise fund for. People will like for waiting at the status of them picking them now.
I maybe want to dodge that question there because what I want to do now that everybody we want to know about them picking and they can use that day as an opportunity for come on the 20th because you will get opportunity for meet them, not to wait till we explain, but you can see them physically with your eye and see how they look like. You know, we get picking away not to only baby Mustafa, Miriam, Mariam and the likes them, but one day so go other picking them way now like Aminata, like Maria too, where they not be as popular as baby Mustafa, baby Miriam, or baby Mariama, we will also fundraise and help for me then go through their own processes them. Yeah, we also get speaking that we currently seek where they go, one day for make them to the marathon go also did it. So you get opportunity for meet the one they don't well and also the one that we currently seek. So that family we want for see we can see how the pikin they look like for themselves.
So what thing they drive this your passion where you get for them sick baby because people can say so many other things they for do, but this young man just focus for help picking them with sick with them parents and able for provide medical for.
I think say primarily now the fact say then picking they are always sick, they don't they go through lots of difficulties, and family go agree with me say picking them now the future them we go able for make we country. And beside any other thing, what you want for do now also for able for make less salon people them get what we call love cultivation. We want for cultivate love now the hearts of other people them, let people them learn because for you able for put you money help them picking they are so not only what you love. where you able for cultivate love and feel for them and sorry for them and empathize with them. Now that is the only time where people go for put them in resources. And as a country, we think say we want for strength in that love cultivation aspect there, so that we all feel for one another. And once we reach that point there and that peak there, we're able for do the things that we're supposed for do. Now that make we don't do.
So you're not able for the see people manifest the love cultivation where you did drive at?
Yes, comfortably I can able for tell you say plenty people and don't demonstrate them, and the reason that we make we get success is them today. We get the baby Mustafa success, we get the baby Miriam success, we get the baby Mariama success, and we get Carlos in success, and couple of other picking them way like for instance Maria too be need for go through in colostomy reversal surgery, and na somebody way in birthday the person they Sierra Leonean way they all the way in New York see the posting on Facebook, and in birthday be they come up and they decide say I'm not go allow for make me birthday pass, then the money we have not keep for me birthday make I use them for go for support for me when I do this Pikin in surgery, and they donate the money we don't keep for him birthday for buying clothes, for everything we need and spend by family, and donate them straightforward, and then we use them. So the Pikin in success now be in birthday celebration, you know. So now then kind way then we don't see how people don't demonstrate love. For let anybody even get mind for donating 10,000 leons, we know how things difficult. Now an example of the love cultivation, and we gladly for inform family and for say we don't they sit down there and want for continue for ask that we will continue for do them.
When you look around social media, they see plenty picture of different picking them way sick or people will get different sickness. How you can decide say I take up this in case and prefer this in case than this and campaign for this person?
Well, primarily we overwhelmed already. I get for make that firstly very clearly known. Too many picking them they were sick, and because of the success then we would also don't record over the period. Too many people in the direct picking them to we every day. I mean 98.1 as an institution, one of the institutions the way people can come and they can always direct them to Caritas. And the difficult fact that the fact say the donation are very slow, and the number of Pikin they increase every day. Like right now as it is, almost every day you must get one Pikin we need one kind of help, and that in a very difficult situation. This the way they get 2-3 Pikin the way they come up, you know, and it can be very overwhelming and crazy because then believe so will get the solution, and then believe so will get the resources. But unfortunately we not get the resources. We get the solution when I for reach out to the general public and bigger so that everybody go help we and sorry for we, so that you go able for receive the resources where we need and able for help them Pikin and day. If not to that day it be very difficult for we. So now that's make we not able for help, and we not go definitely able for help all the Pikin them, but we can able for help the one that we get the most critical conditions them we believe say need help. We then help no go they out of salon. So then they wouldn't help, we don't help inside salon. Yeah, so we salon doctors them like this Maria where I just talked about just now. We then do in colostomy reversal. Now Dr. Ialebi and do and they do a very good job, and the one for use this platform for tell them plenty thank you, and which say all the salon doctors then go take the challenge for do like how Dr. Lebi they do, so that we go able for save many of them Pikin their student lives, because we don't know what thing going to for be tomorrow.
Okay, in Ishmael Alfred Charles, Program Manager Caritas Freetown, Lead Campaign Sick Pikin Projects. The program na Good Morning Salone.
We dey continue for look at small issues na the program. After we the president be done declare emergency on rape and other violence them making happen to women and girl pikin them. Rape still a big concern where they are different parts of the country. This BNTM, one 10-year-old girl pikin wait up now Wilberforce village, tell the democracy but how one over 40-year-old man rape him inside the toilets na the Wallace Johnson Memorial Preparatory School na Wilberforce village, and he said this man been threatened for kill him if he tell anybody about this incident. And according to this Pikin, the person we rape him na the person we get the school in Broda. You know, Kabia look inside this and gonna reports.
This being time, plenty people don dey raise serious concern on how big man them can do mommy and daddy business with underage girl pikin them. And according to statistics from Rainbow Initiative Center, don show say 70% of the pikin them wey dem can rape dey under the age of 15. This make the president Julius Maada Bio been declare national emergency on rape and other bad thing them wey can happen to woman and girl pikin them. But with all the state of emergency, people still dey complain about rape and other violence wey can happen to woman and girl pikin them.
Now we lunch around, we don't enter inside class, now take excuse to uncle. Now go inside the bathroom, now see the motor, now act, now order, nobody now surround the man can inside, and put in 2 fingers inside, now boxer, now side will lodge complete to the headmistress. Now say if I tell anybody, they kill me.
Alleged sexual penetration survivor when a 10-year-old girl pikin be dey talk about how one over 40-year-old man wey inside do mommy and daddy business with inside one toilet na the Wallins Johnson Memorial Preparatory School na Wilberforce Village. The papa for this 10-year-old girl pikin, wey we no go call him name for security reason, been dey explain wetin him pikin tell am about this case.
The 6th of this month, I noticed any pikin in countenance change. Come on, some side camera back. I just can't meet him. He lay down at the dining. I ask and say, why you don't at the dining? Why you no go lay down inside? So when he wake up, I see what I said to my eye. She was so emotional and in distress. So all of a sudden, he go lay down. When then cook self, it's I observe him. So when mama come, I noticed by 8. I said, I noticed something to Pikin. So what I tell mama later, I say, go check this Pikin for me. And mama and a nurse, you go watch her and I said, Daddy, I noticed some booze on the vaginal part and all that thing. I said, this is serious. Tell mommy, tell me, say, oh, last week, Thursday, I observe he come now home, if they work one way. But what question I may begin work at Friday, me say, Daddy, now one man where they opposite the toilet, where then they go to school, opposite day, because school no offense. They say the man just opened the mouth pan and where go for go where the school was in session, in common a class take excuse for come wet. He said, the man opened the mouth pan, forcefully pull him pants and try for putting fingers in the hand into her.
The papa continue say, when him Pikin tell am about this rape, and go na the school for no waiting be happen.
We go there, meet the human, because human always can see me the shock. He say me the took care for me picking them. So he see me say, I hope say I not do bad or no teacher no misbehave. I said no. I said the only thing I noticed this. I explained here what happens. The Pikin self talk. So now the woman tell me say, Auntie Joya tell me say, in 91 daddy board at this, and if we don't do something like this years back, we be make then lock 1 or 2 terms and then go big for him. He hope say don't do this kind of thing again. And we don't tell the Pikin about this man. Say any time a man call them and not go there. I said what? You get this kind of person around that you not tell we the parent then the Pikin that you tell.
Wetin happen na the hospital and the police, the papa again.
So go now about the women's center and then doctor go look the Pikin. In fact, doctor was wow. Pikin may even get some older way they come out. So the doctor called me. He said, I know so you know for see Pikin, but come. She's 10 years old. I go, he called me inside. I even want to shed tears. It was like he said the part of the hymen they don't rupture and like virginity. The guy don't put his finger then there and goose been there inside. So he make a report. Monday we go to Rainbow, then talk to the Pikin and council reading, then do the medical report, everything. Then tell we say then we'll get back to we. So we come, Rainbow give me reports, we come to police. Police make another report and send me back to Rainbow. Rainbow say well now they don't make the final report, but the doctor need for certify and say that this happened. So now that process there now the doctor report did it. Yeah. Then go arrest him. When they arrest him and count him, all of a sudden they don't can detain the man. People in the car now say the man is insane, the man not normal, the man a crazy man.
Princess Joya Thomas, now the proprietress for the Wallins Johnson Memorial Preparatory School, explain wetin himself nobody's case.
Then ever come tell me say Auntie Joya, now so it be no where you come out there, now yakin day. And that was the way they talk so. I go up, I go see how then they teach them, and I not go no way because on Friday I been go ministry. But if such thing happen, me I dey feel safe for don't come. It can't report. Friday say we can't school because it can't school. You go come back, you say Auntie Joya, yesterday now so it be do me oh. It not talk. Then that one when they say them it don't care it be go police. Now me go pull her. Me, I go able go pull her. That Sunday they will carry it out. Now it show me.
Dr. Fatu Taki, now the president for the 50-50 group, when a woman organization, where they talk for woman and Pikin them right and safe, be know about this case.
They don't bring this case kind of police station, they don't bring the medical reports, and then they wait for certain things them until they self notice the other things that they happen at the thing, lawyer then come, group of people then come, then they proclaim now say this man aid noddy, this man or something do. Oh, and I think say it He don't each tell me we all they ask ourselves them question there. Decide what all they sit down, wait things and they go on, we know they talk. You don't know who say they can meet you. You know, it might happen to other person name. You don't know who say they can meet you. So when we see something go wrong, we give a try for make it be correct.
Detective Betty Johnson Williams, na the line manager na the family support unit, na the Congo Cross police station, who side dem dey deal with this case say, in Boston na the criminal investigation department CID headquarter don ask am for go with the file and the man na the CID headquarter for let dem go continue with the investigation with support from Delphine Baptiste for the Society for Radio Democracy. Leone Kabia the report.
The program is still listening to now. Good Morning Salone. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We look at other issues now. Also, the head coach for the Salone national team, Leone Stars, John Kista, don't say if the country wants to get quality player them for represent Salone na different competition than Africa and other country them na the world. Authority them pan football business for begin develop player them na the different category them na the national team like the under 20 and the Leone Stars team. John Kista talk this for sake of the first round of the Salone Premier League we just don't end. Well, for more on this and other issue them we get for do with the first rounds of the Premier League we don't end, Musa S. Kamara go report. The program is still listening to now. Good Morning Salone. It come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. In case you get any comments or question for we studio guest them, send out to the number 077-981-981. As well, go now we Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page. And at this point, one for say plenty thank you to all the radio stations. Then a different parts of the country with a link we na then different frequency them. Wanna continue for listening to the program. We go over now for listening to the reports where Musa S. Kamara puts together for sake of the first rounds of the National Premier League game them we just don't end. Alright, well, we apologize. We still get some technical issues with the reports. When we get the reports, we go begin and come to Nabola. Just come over to the chairman for the Premier League board, we na Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, as we tell you earlier at the headline, earlier this morning for Kangiwi updates on waiting to happen as the first rounds of the Premier League been end. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Bobby. Good morning, listeners.
Even though we did forget the reports where we sports reporter put together for sake of the first rounds of the leagues we don't end. As the chairman we've been seeing before this league, firstly, we don't end the first rounds. How it's like whose feeling you get for accomplish this, say, the first rounds of this league done?
Well, thank you very much. I think Sierra Leoneans for be very proud, football loving fans, and for be very excited. And we thank everybody we don't make football don't come back in Salone. We thank the government of Sierra Leone and we thank the football clubs and we don't abide by the rules and regulations them and we don't ensure say the first leg done. The first leg done and we ensure say we don't play 78 games in the first leg and we get 78 more games. We don't be very exciting, and if you look at the turnout, a lot of people don't say the turnout we'll get in football this year never happened for a very long time in the history of Sierra Leone. So I think it's a very good thing. It's a very exciting thing because we don't get a lot of young people and don't get back into playing football and they're excited about pursuing the dream of becoming footballers. And we also feel from watching the police authorities until we will get the meeting with the Office of the National Security, the crime rate even in the city and other places don't come down because a lot of young people, don't get employment and don't get engagement. Also, we think we don't create a lot of avenues for people and for do other market and economic activities, including market women, ticket sellers all over the country. So we feel excited. We feel like we don't come halfway. we think so we get a lot of challenges going forward, and we hope say the second leg will be able to overcome them challenges and they as we they move on with things.
Okay, you rightly mentioned say young people don't be attracted to the league and plenty people don't turn up for watch the league now. What do you think say the Premier League board could do now for attract or continue to attract people to the league where you think say will not do the first round?
Well, good. The thing is, the standard of the football we begin for play this year really high, and you did notice a lot of people that left European football, European soccer, them they play on television, then they go watch the Sierra Leone Premier League, and it also creates a social environment where in the evening hours people they come and work on Wednesdays, then they go watch football on Fridays and even Saturdays. I mean, it don't become a major social gathering for people. So for we think say it's a good thing, but the major thing the fact say, I mean, if you get over 700 young people fully employed, in Sierra Leone, just in 3 months, I think this is a big thing. In the country where unemployment is one of the major problems we don't get. So we want to continue to encourage people we want to continue to encourage the teams for be properly organized, for be properly structured, so that these young people then go pursue the dreams where they want to do in playing football.
Okay, in Nimna Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, the chairman for the Premier League board, the Salone Premier League board, we the first round just done. They talk about things we be in the first round and self out in the prepare for the second round we start in May this year. The program na Good Morning Salone will go for this short break, and when we come back we'll continue the program.
Family them, Salone Commercial Bank don't do one again. For we and Una will not get account yet. They don't come with brand new things them, like Leone SLCD kiosks them, where they all over the country. Also, they get mobile tellers them, we will meet you any side and do your banking.
Salone Commercial Bank. Now me bank.
Sure.
Now you bank, oh. We get me your student account, oh. We get me your current account. We get me your savings account, oh. For them lucky to man them, for them keke riders, Okada riders, and them fishmongers, disabled people them. Any day for them petty traders. Salone Commercial Bank. Now we bank.
Sure.
Now we bank, oh.
Salone Commercial Bank for all man, including the professionals.
You are an innovator. We want bring change. You get passion and zeal for do something. Anytime you there, we dey look for you because you time don't come.
Salone Cable Limited believe the strength where technology and innovation get for make business and economy grow and tinap stronger one for developments where go come with money. And Salcap they launch for the first time, then Tech Startup Challenge. For you who want be part of this program, now for send you business idea and tin them what you sabi make. For tap the problem them inside book learning, well body business, agriculture and energy. Send your application to startup@salcap.sl and member say April 30 now the deadline for all application. For no more, call 079 923 524. Salcap, connecting innovators to endless opportunities.
The program na Good Morning Salone where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and where they bring this midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone come to you. My name Namusa S. Kamara.
And Mabel Kaba.
We continue for look at more issues inside the program. As the National Electoral Commission NEC go all to by election them na Potloko and Cambia districts April and June this year. The APC and the NGC party them don't say they still no go take part in any by election we NEC the conduct. We NEC the conduct na the country if they not pull Mfa Ali as Chief Electoral Commissioner. This make the Chief Executive Director na Center for Accountability and Rule of Law Carl Ibrahim Tommy say PPRC and government for bring them political party together for look inside them political party concern them. Leone Elizabeth Campbell look inside this issue and Guna reports.
This BNTM, the National Electoral Commission NEC, be organized local council by election at Tonkolimba Chiefdom inside Cambia district. NEC be announced the SLPP for win the election, where be make the APC and NGC not being glad for the outcome of the election results. This be make them two parties been decide for take decision say they not go take part for any election again if the Chief Electoral Commissioner Umfa Ali Conte not resign in position. And this BNTM NEC pull na do other press release for conduct 2 local council by election them. One in Ward 257 Koya Chiefdom Putloko district where go be April 20 this year, and the other one na Ward 204 Mambolo Chiefdom Cambia district where go be June 22 this year, where the Director of Media and External Relations na NEC Albert Masakoy been confirmed to me.
Get 2 council by elections. One na Ward 257 Putloko district. Then there is another way the commission just don't declare when I Ward 204 when I Cambia district na Mambolo Chiefdom. But if we look at the Putloko Yon, when I Koya Chiefdom, when I Ward 257, the commission be don't do all regarding the nominations. Saturday we na the 20th of April 2019.
Albert Masakoy explain almost political party them go get for take part na this local council by election na Putloko district.
Now 5 political parties. You get PDP Sobe, RENIP, you get UP, you get SLPP, and RUFP. And then 5 political parties. Then they submit names and we successfully go through the nomination process where we don't conduct some time back. And these by-elections, now what 257 Putloko, probably for be the one we will get the highest number of political parties. When 5 they take part. In other elections, now 2 or 3 they take part.
From the political party name them, where the Director of External Relations na NEC call, we get for contest na the local council by election na Putloko. We make Abi ask Albert Masakoy for explain the reason them we make the 2 main opposition party them, APC and NGC, the name not there for contests na this election.
Usually when we get vacancies for the filling of vacant seats by elections, whether it is parliamentary or local council, after we don't declare, they commission the rights to all 17 political parties. Officially, they left with the political parties for participate. Now you don't mention 2 political parties. We as a commission need to look at main or not. We have political parties. Well, the conduct of elections or the participation is a matter of choice on the part of the political parties. No matter of whether you choose for or you not participate. But we know they go beyond for us. Why?
Because of waiting Albert Masakoy don't explain. We make I go talk to the 2 main opposition party them, APC and NGC, for no then decision where they take.
Cornelius Devo, National Publicity Secretary, All People's Congress. Well, opposition remain the same after the Tonko Limbaba election, when the National Advisory Committee of the party consider all of the discrepancies that will take place in that election, the undue conduct of the National Elections Commissioner, Umfa Ali Conte. We as a party decide say we not get no confidence in the Electoral Commission under Umfa Ali Conte, so we will call on them for resign, and also we will say we not go participate in any future by election we Umfa Ali they conduct. This is our position.
You don't feel say this will bring the popularity of the APC party down if you not take part in any elections then?
This is not a matter of popularity, it's a matter of constitutionality, and it's a matter of protecting the votes of the people.
Desmond Stanley Koka, the interim National Publicity Secretary for the National Grand Coalition Party, NGC. Sole reason why we decided not to take part this time around, the general elections we see 6%, and we kind of will experience the same thing at Tonkolimba. So we been questioning the whole process. The thing will happen during the by-elections at Tonkolimba, where results then be called in the odd hours of the day, but we see waiting the NEC commissioner do Umfa Ali Conte. So we come up with a decision and say we need Umfa Ali for at least give way, let's get somebody more credible. So we decide to say no, we not go take part in any elections where the NEC they conduct now led by Umfa Ali Conte. It don't happen once. It don't happen for the second time. No, we don't expect for make we see anything change again. We very much not pleased with that, and we still demand the resignation of Mfali Conte.
So I will continue for the boycott the elections they must have been come by.
Until the second one the second by-election in 2019. Let me see how things go, and we will sit down as a party again and see if the authorities concerned will adhere to the demands. I don't think so that will affect the popularity.
If challenge them of then kaya they be, waiting it mean for the country in democracy. This will make Abin talk to the executive director for Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, Ibrahim Tommy. We talk about waiting this mean to the country in democracy. Ibrahim Tommy say, for make all them senior so solve, PPRC, government and other agency them, for come together and sit on a table for see how them go address them challenge here and advise political party them not for the boycott election as he say them go ambog them young people them right forget the right person way for represent them na them community.
Well, first of all, we get and straight say for let political parties, especially opposition parties, and threatening for boycott elections is not new. It always happen at various democracies. And why did they do that? Then they do that for protest. They show say they're not happy about some things. Usually we then threaten them to boycott elections. They can get concessions. In this case, understand say the problem now with the chief electoral commissioner. So whether they threaten say then they boycott, or if they actually boycott, and they hope say that boycott go make them get some concessions. So they ask for them get them.
So that you feel say responsible for bring them people there together and try for fill the gap way with the talk about.
Well, there are various institutions. The PPRC get a role for play. I mean, even the ruling party, of course, in this case, will be the big brother, play big brother role, get the aggrieved parties to, a table and get them for discuss. Because remember, there are also legal implications. So if APC and NGC say sack Mfali Conte, waiting the law say. So it's a process. Now, if they ultimately boycott the election, obviously, it's not going to create a good picture for with democracy.
With all them challenge here, make the Director of External Relations, now the National Electoral Commission, NEC, Albert Masakoy, be assured the public say, NEC go make sure say, no yuki no go take place na them by election year. For Radio Democracy, Mina Elizabeth Campbell, they report.
The program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Continue for sending message 0779819181 or go na Radio Democracy Facebook page and as well on YouTube. We will continue with the program, and as we tell you earlier, today na the program we get Nollywood actor, director, producer and filmmaker at the studio where na Zashe Ama Oji, where plenty people they call Zach Oji. A day this morning for cancel but skip a day on a salon. Well, actually, Zach Oji born in Gabon in the 1960s, and he came into the film industry in the 1990s. In 1993, a first movie where we've been seeing him in Unforgiven Sin. A day this morning for cancel we wait to make a day salon. But firstly, before they can talk to him about wait to make a day salon. Good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Oji.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here. Good morning, Salone people. Are they hail now?
All right. We serve the hail and welcome you to Salone the second time.
Thank you.
Firstly, before we start talking about your purpose of being in Sierra Leone, let's start to have a background information why you choose to go into the movie industry compared to other passions you have.
In our lives, we must go one way or another. I trained as an estate surveyor and valuer at the University of Nigeria. I also did a course in media enterprise at the Pan Atlantic University. But I chose to be an actor as my vocation because of the passion I have for it. And I just feel that that is where I can express myself effectively and impact people. What is one of the problems a lot of people have is that they spend their entire lives never fulfilled because they are not in the area where they are destined to be. I believe that this calling for me is where God destined for me to be as a springboard, because I look at certain things that happened and I say to myself, it can only be God that arranged these things the way they happened. The first movie I ever did, I played the leading character in the movie. the producers just took a look at me and concluded that physically and by my speech, I was the kind of person they were looking for. And they just gave me the script like that. I went home, worked on the script with my wife, and came back 3 days thereafter, and they heard my reading. They just gave me the role, and I played the leading character in that movie, and got nominated for Best Actor in the first ever movie awards that was done in Nigeria.
So where did you get the support drive from? Because I learned your parents didn't want you to go into a movie.
Yeah, they didn't want me. Most of the times, our parents want us to live their dreams. And it's a problem with a lot of parents because of probably how they want the society to perceive them. But at the end of the day, you will do your child a disservice if you force the child to do something that the child is not cut out to do. That child will never be fulfilled. They may satisfy you, they may satisfy the expectations of society and family, but they will never be fulfilled. And then you have somebody spending their entire lives never fulfilled by the choice of career that they took. And at the end of the day, he dies and goes to the grave. So if you go to the grave, you see a lot of unfulfilled dreams, by people who just lived according to the expectations of other people. So
Zach Oji in Sierra Leone, what's the reason?
Zach Oji in Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
I believe my executive producer should answer that question because he's the one that brought me here.
Well, at this time, we're going to introduce now the studio Pastor John, where now the people we arrange for Zach Oji Kam Salone. But quickly, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Before we go into that deeply, while Zach Oji de Salone, the time from the studio clock now at 8:15, we take this commercial break and can continue the program.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank na Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all love but na Salone. Bokono kenema, we ide. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we ide. Jala free town loan sa, we ide. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank na Salone for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salone, they continue and we come over back to Pastor John. We come out now the Media Evangelical Drama Ministry production. Now they organize for the Zach Oji Kam Salone. Good morning once more. Welcome to the program again.
Good morning.
So start by telling us about the Media Evangelical Drama Ministry production. What do you do there?
Okay, Media Evangelical Drama Ministry is a ministry that use image as a platform to spread the gospel and also to impart life. That is what we do. We believe in the power of image. So we feel that through image you can communicate your mind to people. Sometimes if I want to talk to society or people, if I have an idea, it may be impossible to be going from house to house, to talk to them. But when I put my idea in picture form, like in a movie, I can easily talk to them. So that is what we do mostly.
So how long have you been operating in Sierra Leone?
This is a year and 3 months, but we have been operating in other countries like Togo. The ministry, this 6 years of the ministry, but our headquarters is in Togo. So we came here just to have an extension.
So a year and 3 months, now you're here with Zach Oji. Why?
Yeah, we have a project which is a TV series, about 52 episodes that we are doing, which will be running on air for 1 year. Every week we'll be having one episode, and it's in line with the campaign of First Lady, Hands Off Our Girls. So we believe that through movie we can be able to, affect, impact, and also reorient people concerning the root cause, the consequences, and the way out to solving these problems.
You talk about the way out of solving this problem. Your dream is, or your movie is in line with the First Lady's Answer of Our Girls. What concepts are you planning to use to convey the rightful message that you are planning to convey to the people?
That is through movie, through motion picture. That's why the series that is running, we are dealing with issues like, okay, when we talk about rape, in the movie you see somebody rape. Why did he rape? What is the concept and why, and other, what is the consequences, and what is the next action, the solution. So through movies, some people that watch it, they can be discouraged not to go ahead. Most of the plan and how government want to go about it, in the movie, when we put it in picture, some people will see it real than hearing it. When they hear it, they believe that nothing is happening. But when they see in picture, it will really cultivate. Some of them will be scared not to go ahead. Like it's announced that the president, it's life imprisonment. Some people just take it like that. But when it's a movie, they see something happen like that, they will be touched and they don't want to go.
So, considering the number of people that have access to TV in African settings, do you have plan to extend this to people in interior areas with other forms of drama, or in any way meetings to convey your meaning to the people?
You mean outside?
Outside, yes, in Sierra Leone, yes.
We're already partnering with AYV TV, which AYV is all over the country. They have their outlets in other regions. So, and the series will be broadcast live on air. Through them, they have the exclusive right to air it, and as it's moving, everybody will be watching it at the same time. So we have that platform to convey the message.
All right, continue to stay with us on the program. Pastor John, will come back to you. Let me go over again to Zach Oji. You've been in the movie industry for a long time now, and this is your second time coming to Sierra Leone. From your past experience and what you've heard people say about Sierra Leone, and coming back, has anything changed concerning our movie industry or entertainment industry at large?
Yes, some things have changed. Some people have matured in the industry. When we came in 2003, I came alongside other colleagues of mine, Fred Amata, Olu Jacobs, Omotola, Genevieve, and we took part in a movie called Bible Goes to War, which was executive produced by late Major Abu Noah. Unfortunately, he passed away. From that period, a number of people who took part in that movie and eventually grew in the industry have become actors and producers. We are hoping that this time around we will collaborate with the Film Council. We held a meeting with the Film Council yesterday so that we can do some collaboration, which we've already done in places like Ghana and other places. For example, in Uganda, I did a film 12 years ago, which was the first collaboration between Uganda and Nigeria. I directed the movie and also starred in it. We are hoping that this time, partnering with AYV Television and its friends, will be able to use the platform now to get across to a huge number of people, in fact to everybody all over the country. For example, we are extending our audition to the people who took part in Housemates Salone. We were at the closing ceremony of Housemates Salone, and we were actually there yesterday when the checks were being presented to the winners. So we've extended auditions to people who took part in Housemates Salone. And what we are trying to do is to get the best for this project, to be able to properly and most effectively carry out the message of the movie, which has to deal with girl-child rape, pregnancy, early marriage, and generally sexual molestation and violation of women, which is a global problem. It's not just a Sierra Leonean problem, it's a continental problem, it's also a global problem all over the world. And I am very passionate about this because I have daughters also, and it would grieve me if anybody were to do any such thing to my own daughter. So because people who have suffered this are daughters of other people. So I think it is something that we should all join hands and voice out. We should all be part of this crusade to make sure that by the time we are done with this, that's why we decided to do a series and not just a film project. This is a series that will span well over 1 year. We are talking about 52 episodes. An episode will air every week over a full year, and thereafter it will continue airing. It will also be translated into French to air in other places in French-speaking countries.
It's quite a large project.
It is a big project.
All right,
so you're going to be seeing a lot of me here in Sierra Leone.
Continue
in the next few months.
All right, continue to stay with us in the studio. We'll come back to you. I come over now to Charles. Earlier this morning, for tell we bought the Sick Babies Marathon, where they get this coming weekend. So, and now, Charles, how somebody go be part of the marathon for the Sick Baby them, where you organize?
Well, basically very easy. People can just call 076-722-736 or come na 19 Savage Street, adjacent St. Anthony's Church. We're not in a Caritas Freetown the office, and you can buy your t-shirts. We have 50,000 leons for the t-shirts, and also then able for register for 25,000 leons for individual, and for a group. We actually close the group registration by Thursday. We extend on Tuesday, but we extend it now to Thursday. For a group, you can register for 250,000 leons, and you buy t-shirts for each runner. The registration will give you the right for make you get your logo on the left hand side of the t-shirt, and then they will enable you for make you able for move on. However, we want to begin for use this opportunity for thank the many different organizations them, we don't demonstrate interest over and above, but more specifically to we key sponsors them when Bolori, African Logistics, and also Miller Tank. We are them na the two major institutions that we don't come up as we sponsors them, and sponsorship still open. We get the silver, we get the bronze, we get the gold sponsorship, and we want to use this platform for us that we don't write to so many institutions, businesses, and banks. Unfortunately, we don't get much responses, but the one that we don't reply, and the general public, we don't show interest, especially the recently concluded Housemates Salone first runner-up, Monica Yeni Galiwa, don't demonstrate the interest, say one for Kawaka along, and they don't call in fans them for make them join the waka for make we all collectively, because we're not going to do the sick baby business single-handedly. We need collective efforts. We need all the hands on deck, and one for use opportunity for also thank we chairman for the Salone Premier League. Now one of the people we I don't tell them plenty thank you BNM media houses them we been go campaign for baby Marian. Today baby Marian is well because of we all collective responsibilities and actions them, and one for also use this platform also for reach out to them, because once for come back, and at the end of the Premier League we won't forget the 4 teams them we go stand out to be the highest making team, or the team that will beat the more games or win more games than the others in the table, so that we will organize a sick baby soccer match.
So the marathon for this weekend outside the cover?
The marathon primarily they start in a national stadium 8 o'clock sharp, and we the waka go all the way to Aberdeen Beach. And we go get the Pikin the way we don't campaign for, we don't well, then go there, and some of the one then we strong enough, we sick events, we stick so currently sick what we campaign for. We get currently like a 5 Pikin them, we they all get different difficult circumstances them. We get Badamasi Samura, we a 2-year-old, but we get Williams tumor, and he need $16,000 for make the able for doing surgery in India. We get Jeremiah Kuruma, we also 3-year-old bobo, we get imperforated anus, and we need $8,000 for me them doing your own surgery. We get Aminata Mara, when a 16-year-old young woman, we get left eye orbit tumor, and we also get Maria too. We instead get colostomy stoma we need for be refixed. We get Mustafa Tunis, we get spina bifida, we also need $24,000. So this is not the current one they will raise funds for, and the newest one we registered just a few days ago now Jesse, we get all 9 arts, and then in other difficult circumstances. So because of all them picking the ASO, we currently look at $97,000, and we only don't able for raise so far about 36 million leones. And then after we sponsors then don't put then sponsorship, one puts $2,000, the other one puts $1,000, and one for continue for reach out to many and to Sierra Leoneans and generally, so that we all go collectively work towards getting them picking the ASO help, because we don't know what's name will go for be tomorrow, and now we future generation they will try for save.
Continue for the between at the studio for Charles. We will come back to you. The program Good Morning Salone they continue with it. Take this short commercial break.
Causing confusion. But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them where them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life, and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement now the highest grade cement in the country, when a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and now one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na online shop and building material store na the one whole country.
The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get the chairman for the Salone Premier League Board, Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi. We can talk about the first round of the Salone Premier League and set out in the plan for the second round. Chairman.
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 Manuel.
Okay.
Manuel.
Okay, Emmanuel, we see the first round of the Premier League been get plenty issues them we get for do with referee, players and officials conduct, and other one them security, all the part of them. How we plan for address them challenges so we been doing at the first round? Though we look at the issue of the security.
Thank you very much. We get we've been get few security concerns. Again, not plenty. I mean we play 78 games. We get security concerns in 3 or 4 of those games, and one of them have been the Eastern Lions Mighty Blackpool game. We get over 50,000 people turn out in a 35,000 capacity stadium, so that's gonna be a major issue. We don't sit down with the Office of the National Security together with the Sierra Leone Police, and we map out a security structure where it means it not gonna happen again. We're going to ensure say the clubs them where they host their home games them no go sell more ticket than the capacity, because we no want to get a disaster, and the Sierra Leone Police don't commit to give adequate and appropriate security for all the games them across the country. We not don't get any major hooliganism yet where you say we get problems where game done, people and don't fit in the game, which is really good for the Sierra Leone football, because after 4 years without major league, they expect, say, things like this, they happen because they happen at school league then they not happen it. So I think, say, we are working on security issues, and we hope, say, in the second leg we don't greatly improve on security issues. Now that make the Premier League board, they take over the security, because when the league started, because the teams then they host their home games, then we give them the responsibility for organized security. But because we realize that they're not a one, we get for take over. We don't sit down with all of the security apparatus then, and we talk about ONS, Sierra Leone police, and other people then. And we also try to look into private security companies then for able for man to get them in a proper way.
What about the issue of referee?
Yes, there are two sides of it. Now the referees, we don't get problems where the referees them. Firstly, a lot of people, they complain about the conduct of the referees, but we also don't get to the referees committee them. The referees committee don't take decisions in which they don't suspend the referees them. Referees them we take decisions and when they feel saying a bad decision them. Referees them we take terrible decisions and they don't get demoted from the Premier League to the lower leagues. So I think, say, the game of football, if you buy every other endeavor in the world, we get challenges. We get to challenges and they try to overcome them challenges, and the referees are not perfect, then they try their level best. Some of them, they perform way below standards. The referees committee, they take the necessary decisions and necessary action for correct them. In fact, next week we get another round table with all the referees them. Waiting the referees committee don't do, they don't reduce the referees them from the initial 80 to about 44. So we get a round table with them and talk about the integrity of the game and try for, again, look at the rules of the game.
Reducing the referee, and they get any impact so it go make, or it go affect the game later if been the 80 then they reduce them to 40?
No, it not go affect the game, because the thing is, I mean, this is not the elite league in the country. Not to all man go the referee, go the officiate the elite league na the country. But when we start, we've been trying to get an all-inclusive process. We bring all of the referees them together. The referees committee, Freeman, Mr. Freeman, Alhaji Sanusi, then bring all the referees together with the referees committee and SLFA. Then train them so that then go learn the new laws then, because in the FIFA football rules and regulations, every year then they make changes to them. So we need for updates them on that. So what we would not decide is to continue for cut and down. So as we go, we continue for cut and down. Even if you forget 15 no more, we will go officiate the games then. But then get for the up to the standard way we talk about.
Okay, Inimna Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, chairman for the Salone Premier League board, and the first round of the Premier League don't end after 78 games na the league. Players from 13 teams then score 110 goals na the league, and the league end with Eastern Lions, they #1 with 24 points, and FC Calon, they second with 23 points, and Central Parade, they third with 21 points. The program now, Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for a Democracy 98.1 FM.
If you feel my pain when the beat goes on, sing along song. If you're broken hearted when the beat goes on, sing along song. If you are depressed when the beat goes on, sing along song. If you are oppressed when the beat goes on, I sing along song. The race is not for the strong, it's for those who can endure. Living in this wicked world, for some people life is so tough, and some people life is so rough, and some people got it enough, swimming in the river of happiness. Some people say that life is a mess. What comes tomorrow, they don't care less. No, things change, nothing lasts forever. You gotta believe. If you believe, if you believe, if you believe in what I say, sing along song, sing along here. Oh, oh, sing along song, sing along here. Oh, oh, he's always watching you, watching you, watching you.
Well, Ishmael, plenty thank you to Emerson Bokari for that music. Watching you, we do for we inside the program Good Morning Salone. We still get Zach Oji inside the studio. We come act now a movie series we the entitled or we get for do with Hands of Our Girls campaign. We now a campaign where the first lady been launched this Biente na Salone. Zach, you talk about a long series of this film to be shown on television. How effective do you think the movie industry is to effect societal change?
There is something called arts for behavioral change. If you show somebody, if you depict to somebody their actions and they can see, it becomes impactful in the sense that they are able to evaluate the enormity or otherwise of their action, and it begins to drive a message home in them. It was the director of the American Office of War Information in 1942 who said something. He said, the greatest way to introduce propaganda into the minds of people is through the medium of a motion picture when they do not know that they are being propagandized. We have used it effectively in our country to effect changes in different areas, to give Nigeria a new image globally, to drive home messages that we want to get across to people. So we believe that this campaign needs to be driven home more effectively through the medium of motion picture, where people will begin to see the gravity, the enormity of their actions. Not only those who are the culprits, but also the society at large will see that this is what is going on. Okay. And then also we are working with different human rights groups. Do you understand? To look at the human right angle of certain actions. And then we are also of the view that anybody who is caught, anybody who is prosecuted and found guilty should receive the maximum penalty. Because anybody who has the mind to defile a minor is like destroying the life of that minor. Then that person should suffer for the rest of his life. That's what we believe.
Apart from the series that you are here for, the Israeli industry or movie industry is also booming. So how do you think producers can direct their films to effect change regarding what you are talking?
The producers can use their movies to effect change through a massive media campaign. First of all, the producers have to choose very carefully the themes that they want to treat in their movies, because otherwise people do movies for various reasons, but at the end of the day, movies are very effective in bringing about behavioral change. Give, for example, you all know the popular book called Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. This generation is moved by sight a lot. Give a child a book, Things Fall Apart, to read. Give another child a movie on Things Fall Apart. The one that watches the movie will tell you what happened. The one that you give the book to read probably after reading one chapter will just go and rest, because sometimes the attention span of young people is very short. You need to be able to package something in the most effective way and impact them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So movies are very impactful, and the generation of these days, they like watching things on their phones, on the social media, through different mediums.
Okay, plenty thanks, Zach Oji. Zach Oji, Nigerian veteran Nollywood actor, director, and filmmaker, where they inside Salone for work on a series we then go name Hands Off Our Girls.
Hands Off is Pull Your Hand. The title of the series is
Pull Your Hand.
Okay, pull your hand.
Pull your hand, yeah.
Okay, pull your hand.
Pull your hand.
That is the title.
Pull your hand.
Okay.
Alright, so the text message and now we don't come inside the program, now the Facebook page, and set now the 077981981 number where people don't send message to Musa.
The very first one we go take inside the program says APC and NGC are not the only political party in the country. Let NEC go ahead with elections. From this one from Senesi Kane na Lucas.
This one at the Facebook page from Fodebundu. It says, Mr. Director, do you have any plan to invest in the Sierra Leone movie or entertainment industry, knowing that you are experienced and we need more guidance in improving our entertainment and film industry?
Another one from me say, for me, I don't think we need a break in the league. Don't you think the spirits of fans will go low?
This other one from Christopher R. Freeman at the Facebook page. It said the filming industry lacks technical and logistical support. How can Zach help improve the film industry in Sierra Leone to meet international standards?
Another one says, as the first round of the league has come to an end, hope the board will try to address the challenges in the game.
This one from Alison Kamara. It says, Zach Oji, why are you supporting Nikki China in the Big Sister Salon show?
The last one from me for now say, Mr. Zach Oji, how beneficial will this film episode be to Sierra Leoneans?
This other one says, Zach, what is your assessment about the filming industry in Sierra Leone? We look at small messages when I don't send at the program this morning. This one from Enze Amaran at the Facebook page. It says, Zach Oji, honestly, I like the movie you directed, Three Wise Men. It's an exciting journey of three prisoners, featuring Richard Murphy and others. Egon Fosse, respectively, as leading role players in the movie. You guys received a huge amount of money as promised, which makes your new fortune leads you into the journey. So, Mr. Oji, how can you help Sierra Leone movie to be a better standard, educative, and have such attractions gradually? I can say that is my best movie for you. Alright, so they look at one more message. This other one say, motion in picture is one of the best way to send messages and educating the general public. It comes from Fodebundu. And this other message we go look at now, it say the Premier League board first rounds was impressive. What are the lessons learned so far ahead of the second rounds? And from their message in there, we they come over to the studio guest them for response to the message them. We go start with the chairman for the Premier League board, winner Emmanuel Safa Abdullah.
Well, thank you very much, listeners. I think we don't learn a lot of lessons. One of the things where I mentioned now that we as a board they take over security, and I need for informed family and say. I think, in my own estimation, I think the Sierra Leonean populace really show love for football, and it actually shows for a very long time they don't get deprived of domestic football. So one of the things that we'll be on for inform everybody, the fact that just in ticket net sales, so we'll get this year for the first leg, 2.25 billion now we get from ticket sales. 80% of the Andy, 2,252,000,000 now we get on ticket net sales. The money there, 80% when 1.8 billion go to the clubs them, because one of the things that we really want for do now for ensure we enrich the football clubs them so that we're able to provide employment and avenues for the people them. SLFA gets 226 million, Premier League board gets 113 million, and the other districts and get 120 million. So one of the lessons now the security. The other issues what we think we have to do now the issue of discipline within the clubs and the fans them. Sometimes then they because football is a game of passion, you get a lot of people they flare up. We don't get situations where players then they attack referees. We've been get situations a ball way then beat the referee. We've been get for punish ball rangers, and this is not something where I really want to talk about, because the people in way they support ball rangers, they go around, they talk about conspiracy, they say people and hate them, people don't want to let them participate in the Premier League. Now, as chairman of a Premier League board, No reason not the why we hate any club. All the clubs them are treated equal. Any club will violate the rules and regulation, particularly any rules we ever put this game into disrepute, we will take the highest disciplinary measures against that person there. Whether Eastern Lions, whether FC Cologne, whether anybody. Nobody know they above the law in this football game. If you think say you get extra powers, we mean say you for they above the law. When you do things like that, we go take disciplinary action. So when the ball fans them attack the referees and beat on a ball, we take action against them. We banned the stadium for 2 games. We suspend some of them players them. The appeals committee don't overturn some of the decisions where the disciplinary committee been take together with Kono. So we get a disciplinary committee where we get really very respectable people, and we get an appeals committee where we get respectable people, where the Premier League board not gets anything for do it, and they independence and they do their work and look into this.
As you respond to the message in the Mark 10, they asked Mr. Safadi Division 2 league is about to start. How many teams will relegate if it's possible? And is it also possible for FC Yuansin to relegate even when they haven't played a single game in the league?
Well, the issue of relegation also an issue we still did talk about. A lot of people believe say since we not don't play football for the last 4 years, make we use this league as a starting point, make we ensure say there is no relegation. But the rule of the game is that you get 2 teams get for relegate. The last 2 teams then go relegate, and then you will get 2 teams come up now the first division. Actually not a division 2 now, the first division, because now the Premier League where they play, then you get the first division. So 2 teams they qualify from across the country for come up, and 2 teams for relegate. That decision then at the SLFA executive committee will get for take. Yesterday we've been get a discussion on that. And FC Johansen will not participate in the tournament. If then get for do relegation, obviously then go be relegated. Again, if then get for do relegation, obviously then go be relegated because they're not participating in the tournament, and they're not been getting no reason why they're not for participate in the tournament where the SLFA organize. But again, the SLFA will get for take a decision whether they get for be relegation or no relegation on this situation. But I think the competitiveness of the league don't show say a lot of teams to try for survive, and we don't know whether they get for relegate at this point.
You talk about match proceeds them where the Salone Premier League board get percentage from the proceeds them around the country. Our Premier League board plan for manage this money for run the league effectively.
Look, I mean, the Premier League board was given 3.5 billion for organized Premier League. We give all the clubs 100 million each. In fact, we just begin issue out the checks of the second tranche of the 50 million, where the clubs and they get. And what do? We give them first tranche of 50 million leons each, and now then they do returns, basically providing financial statement and receipts. Then pick the second check them. After that, and go also get for do returns before then go get them prize money. All the clubs and where they participate in the Premier League gets prize money. Whether you can last, whether you can second to last or first, you get prize money where you get. And before you get that prize money, you will get for do financial statement. We don't be as transparent as we could. We don't publish all the proceeds and what they get from gate taking, and they are lodged in commercial banks. We pay every vendor, every other institution who they do, ensure that we pay them by checks. The only people who are not able to pay by checks now, basically money them for organized football games, pay referees, where we also do work on the second leg, because we want to make the process as financially transparent and fiscally disciplined as it could be.
All right, continue for the weeks the studio. We'll come back to you. I'll go over to Pastor John. Will Zakoji be acting with other Sierra Leonean movie stars? And when is the auditioning for this series?
We have finished this project have been on for over 3 months now.
Okay.
And we are even about to start shooting tomorrow. It's just that we had some talk, so we're going to start shooting on Monday, because we need to have some audition with the Housemates Salone to get some people and add up. That's the reason why. If not, we have to start tomorrow. But we're starting next Monday.
So he's working together with Sierra Leonean movie stars as well?
Yes, we're having about 98% Sierra Leonean in the movie, while 2% Nigerian.
All right, continue to stay with us in the program. We'll come over to Alfred Charles. Mark 10 they asked on the Facebook page, say, how many children have you helped in 2019? Because there are so many children that need help, and what's the criteria for you helping them?
Okay, so maybe the first question of how many children will help in 2019. Well, I would say 5. And then 5, then they include the 2 popular ones them among them when I baby Miriam. Well, maybe 3 popular ones them, maybe Miriam, baby Mariama, and Carlos. Baby Miriam being get by Larry Atkisha, where they being get for fly and go India. And unfortunately, Imama been disqualified for donate. Papa also been disqualified for donate. And then we'll be eventually get one kind until we'll be in grief for go donate. And we'll be spend $27,100 for doing surgery. Similarly, we've been sent baby Mariama. We also we've been spend $10,000 for do in surgery. Been get frontal encephalocele. We basically means say in brain me the outside of in skull. And then we fix them, and if you come on that day, you go see how it look like and how it don't transform. And also Carlos now been the bobo we been swell at the straw, we be end up for going in lungs, and it go stick there, and then they be make the lungs be get for collapse. Then we get for do 3 different surgeries them for make the lungs go return back and work normal. And beside that, we don't do other cases them inside salon. For make we able for the reason we make we not able for right now, like I say, we get so many picking them. We get 6 high profile one them. We get other 3 other one that we'll call like second level profiles them. But for the reason we make we not able for do all the cases now because we not get the resources. We not get any funding from government or any institution we put forward so we fixed say this now for sick picking them when then sick as then they when I identify them when I don't do na due diligence when I can send them go hospital. No, government can do help, but we get for now on a case by case basis. And so when we submit the case, then get us their own ceiling wouldn't they stop. So if the case now like 27,100 for example, baby Marian in case government be give $12,000, you know. So then are just example. And so because now on a case by case basis, it can be very difficult and it take them long time for make the process go through. So we want to make now that make we ask salon people them or non-Sierra Leone the way they across the world for make we collectively just pledge we say we want for donate 20,000 leons every month towards sick picking them, and then they go help for make them picking the day the men. If we get 10,000 salon people we pledge for donate 20,000 leons every month, we go for ensure say we take care of at least 1 picking. So in 12 months we go don't take care of 12 different picking them with different conditions them.
Continue for the between the studio chats. We'll come back to the canto Zakoji just not for can respond to people and messaging. But let me just listen to today's segment of Walkabout and come now the program back.
For this, legbe wo to man do ya wo me to man the accident man. 9 they tell me they work out no to one person no, not different set of people. Not a bo Ministry of Works no go tell me say they know they watch bo. After too much of one thing is good for nothing. Now make a try to investigate and they begin calling for my name Bang Baoje. I try to call for my name Bang Baoje. I said the man to pass mark. I say I move and I say I say finally now the end gonna begin talk with it's better because I say now go my one I wait for what I be I go wait me make a demand me na gonna able work about.
The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We guess they don't respond to messages, and now we come to Zach Oji for respond to some of the messages that we can inside the program. Zach Oji, somebody asked, how beneficial will this film episode be to Sierra Leone?
How beneficial?
Yep.
First of all, it'll throw the searchlight on this malaise, because I call this a malaise. It's like a sickness. It's like something that is wrong in the society, and we need to point it out. We need to be in such a way that if something hurts one person, it should hurt everybody. If something concerns one person, it should concern everybody. That's the kind of message we're trying to preach. So this will be beneficial in the sense that people will get to know the true facts of this issue of rape, female and child violation, and a whole lot of other ills against girl children, babies, and women. It will create an awareness in the minds of people about the problem, and it will also look at laws that are already in place to act as a deterrent to people who might think about doing it. It will also look at the origin of the problem. Why do people rape? Why do people do these things? It will also look at the cultural angle of this whole thing. In some societies, it is okay to marry a 13-year-old. But if you look at it truthfully, is it okay to marry an underage girl? So these are all the things that this project will be treating.
All right. Earlier, there were questions of whether you have any plans to invest in the movie industry in Sierra Leone. We don't have much time. We'll round up with that.
Investment depends on what you mean.
We need technical support, financial support.
By all means. I am looking at investment in the area, for example, of ultimately providing free training for people who are desirous of a career in film to help them start their own career. We're already discussing with the Film Council. We had a discussion yesterday, and we're looking at areas where we can collaborate with each other and do what we have done in other places to help their own industry. It doesn't mean that our own industry is 100% okay, but at least with the benefit of our own experience over the years, we can collaborate and sharpen each other, learn from each other, and it will be all the better. And we are also looking at the project we are doing from the Pan-African angle. Do you understand? I believe African people should love each other, should demonstrate this love, should help each other, should support each other. For example, the xenophobic attacks that are taking place in South Africa should not be happening on the African continent. They shouldn't be happening. Where Africans are molesting their fellow Africans for nothing. You find an African doing honest labor, you are molesting the person that he should leave your country. You know, things like that. So we're also taking the Pan-African approach to what we're doing in filmmaking. So to know that we are all brothers across our national borders, and we should work together to support each other. That's why we have the African Union.
Okay, thank you very much, Zach Oji. Chairman, quickly, the issue of slap now we can at the Salone Premier League. Quickly, allegations say you slap ref against inside Edwards game.
So you know, I noticed say in the football industry, like most of the industries, the first thing people they look for are the bad news. So rather than me being the victim and me being the perpetrator, so here is it quickly. Edwards they play Port. And I go down to go talk to the Edwards player there. I meet the Edwards fans, and they try for, basically they were rowdy, and they try for attack the referees. And I was the only one there, and I went in to stop them. I say make us stop them because one, they get respect for me. Two, I'm a club, and because of the disciplinary actions what they take against clubs, them, if the situation continue, it will be bad. I try to pull the Eros fans from the referee's dressing room. While I was leaving, I got slapped. Right? And then in the process, in the Malay, somebody fought on this. Oh, the chairman of the Premier League board, don't go slap a referee. Firstly, it wasn't a referee. None of the referees was involved. Secondly, it was what somebody would then call a referee's assessor. I don't know what the referee assessor was doing in the referee's dressing room at halftime when it been supposed for the up the stand, they assess the referees' then performance. Right. Thirdly, I did not slap anyone. I cannot slap anyone. I have never slapped anyone. I only go stop a fight where we go on in the process.
Okay, thank you very much, Emmanuel Safa Abdullah. Well, Naya, this edition of the program Good Morning Salone will leave you plenty thank you to we guest them, Zach Oji, a Nollywood, a veteran Nollywood actor. Plenty thank you to you, Alfred Charles of Caritas, and plenty thank you to Mr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullah, Chairman Salone Premier League.
And also Pastor John, plenty thank you to all for joining the program this morning. One for say plenty thank you to producer them, Michael Sambola and Alex Florence Kroma produce the program. DJ Lava will give you technical support. Moses Cabra and Timo Mikona see you in the social media. So till we meet again, Mabel Kabadi to get yourself a wonderful day. Goodbye.
And Musa S. Kamara say bye bye.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, that's the music.